Assalamualaikum. My name is Haji Azrin, Sheikh. Question is, according to your studies of Yajumaju, Dajjal and the coming, could you just help an ignorant me to have a feel about what you think is the reality in the real world with relation to your study? For example, you said the conquer of Constantinople, the definition of what it really means, or the signs of coming of the Dajjal, and how can we guide ourselves to fully understand it, as well as what's the event coming, so that if we are not as knowledgeable as you, and that is the case, that we at least give ourselves a chance to have a little bit of understanding of what is to come. Thank you.
I will need 1 week to answer you. I want to suggest that you read Jerusalem in the Quran, which might qualify as a textbook of Islamik Eskatologi. And after reading Jerusalem in the Quran, then you read these books on Surah Al-Kahf. The key to the subject, and this is where the Iranians differ with me. I've been to Iran 3 times already. And Iran, the Shia ulama are very firm in their view that the key to ilmu Akhir Zaman is Imam al-Mahdi. And I said to them, no, you're wrong. The key to ilmu Akhir Zaman is Nabi Isa alayhi salam. So you've got to study the subject of Nabi Isa alayhi salam. Particularly what happened at the time when they attempted to crucify him, which we don't have the time now to explain. And once it is established from the Quran, that Nabi Isa alayhi salam never experienced maut. So you're wrong when you translate the Quran to say he died. You're wrong. Be careful. The Quran does not say that he experienced maut. And since kullu nafsin za'iqatul maut, every soul must taste maut, the implication is that includes Nabi Isa alayhi salam. So wherever he is, he has to return. Then you come to the hadith about Dajjal, who will impersonate the true Messiah. And since the true Messiah has to rule the world from the holy state of Israel, from Jerusalem, it follows that Dajjal, if he is to convince the Jews that he is the true Messiah, he will have to establish his rule over all of mankind from Israel. Now you can understand history. In order for him to rule the world from Jerusalem and convince the Jews that he is the Messiah, number one, he has to liberate the Holy Land for the Jews. He did that already when the British army defeated the Ottoman army and took over Jerusalem. 19 what? 17, yes. Number two, he has to bring the Jews back to the Holy Land to reclaim it as their own. He did that. And he was assisted by a Zionist clone called the Soviet Union. He was assisted by a Zionist clone called the Soviet Union. You see what happens when you study the subject? You can reread history. Number three, he has to restore a state of Israel in the Holy Land. He's already done that, 1948. Number four, he has to cause that state of Israel to become the ruling state in the world. So Malaysia has to bend its knee. That's why you lost the first aircraft. That's why you lost the second aircraft. Because Malaysia will not bend its knee. I don't know how many more aircraft you're going to lose. Because Malaysia would not bend its knee. That's why you're losing the aircrafts. He has to establish his rule over the world. That's why they want the nuclear war. So that the two ruling powers in the world would knock out each other. So a post-nuclear world would be a world that Israel can more easily establish its rule over. This is how you're able to use this subject to understand and explain the world today. But I'll need a whole week to explain Dajjal to you, to explain Gog and Magog. Here is my book on Gog and Magog. Read it, study it, and then apply this knowledge to politics, apply it to economy, understand the banking system, apply it to monetary economics, understand Bretton Woods and the International Monetary Fund, and the bogus paper money and the electronic money which is coming. Apply it to the feminist revolution, and see what's happening to the world of women. There are so many other aspects of the modern age directly linked with eschatology. And our Prophet ﷺ has spoken extensively. There was a sheikh who was speaking when I came. I couldn't understand the bahasa, but whenever he quoted in Arabic, mashallah, he studied the subject. He was quoting for you several ahadith of the Prophet ﷺ on Akhir Zaman. Next question.